Hello, my name's Adam Gramison. I'm talking about international trade and how that is contributing to a lot of the things we see around the globe. A lot of things we don't see, but it's very important because people need means to 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 grow, become mobile, achieve their dreams, but mainly achieve their dreams to an extent that don't hinder other persons from achieving their dreams, as well as but mainly hurting them. Right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's very true, but just as long as it doesn't take away the rights of others. And yes, that's happening around the globe. So, and that's just villainize, anyone in the United States. But then again, make people aware. Pointing fingers doesn't really help. The solutions help. Okay, I mean that's it's better, to have solutions opposed to just scapegoat. So, international trade, businesses, and government makes mixing those makes contributes to dictatorships and control and stuff and oppression. But things like businesses acting alone with little regulation contributes to monarchies and serfdom and stuff like that, and financial slavery. So you need a balance. Okay, there is no bipartisanship. It's not one or the other. It's both. Okay, we need both, but we need the Republicans to recognize, yes, or just the Republicans. We need both. So we need both. Progressive and free trade. Forget about Republicans, Democrats. Not too many people know what that is. I mean, especially around the globe. It's okay. It's progressives and free market. So, what do you need? So, I was talking about so much. Let's talk about. I've been hesitating. I talked a lot about oil and how that pretty much is a contributor. A lot of this. Oil. A lot of these. Oil companies, as well as these underhanded dealings. They're happening. Between our government and oil companies, which are in the Republicans' pockets. Or stuff like that. This Keystone pipeline. This oil in Texas, the Texas tea. Yeah, that's whole lot of Republican nonsense. Unfortunately, I can talk more about it. Dig deeper, and I have. It has been through control of our energy resources. The thing about it, energy is going to have to change, and I talked about that too. Energy is going to have to, right? We do not need oil to become energy independent. Okay. If anything, if I was thinking like a big oil company, I'd be using that oil to control how other governments use their supply, but mainly as a means of control. Okay, so oil. So why is that? Why would I if I was thinking like a big dictator, a big prick? Why would I be using that if it's a dated technology? We don't need it anymore all that much. No, we don't. We don't need it, especially if we can use other ways to other. There's many other fuel sources out there. Pick up a chem textbook. Okay. So so what would I do? Why is that important? Why would that make our nation secure? So no oil. If you don't have oil, and so much someone wants to invade us. So if you don't have oil, it's like, I guess good luck getting here. You're going to run out of gas, which has happened in history for. I mean, it's so yeah. So that was the big idea. It was to keep our nation secure, but also to make a shit ton of money and a shit ton of business, and keep our nation secure that way. International trade. So back to that oil saga that I discussed. So no oil, no tanks, no ships that run on diesel, none of that. So stuff like that. So much back to Ukraine, and crisis in Russia. So much. I looked into it. I mean, I don't have the figures in front of me all that much, and no, I don't want to name names. Yes, there's many officials who I do know who are not only involved in foreign affairs, like sort of touch on committees of foreign affairs, as well as you know um, Department of Energy committees. It's sad, but also there's a lot of good guys out there too. So I'm not naming names and stuff like that to save the good guys. And what did I say about the naming names? All that does is it's just silly. But I can. It's there's a whole bunch of them, and if I do name names, I'm going to name the whole heap of them, because no one's innocent here. Okay, just fuel up your car with peanut oil and drive away, because you'd be the innocent person. Start eating vegan everything. and growing your own plants and your crops, and there's no one's innocent here. Okay. So Ukraine and Russia. So the main reason behind this is natural resources, international trade. So what little bit of I know about Russia. So I pretty much had some stock in BP. Why did I buy the stock? I wanted to be greedy. It's because they had this environmental disaster. Was heard about that? So much offshore drilling, and stuff like that. So environmental. So much. The Gulf oil spill and stuff like that. So much. What happened there? I bought some stock. The stock crashed. Obviously, I mean, that was one of the largest oil spills in history. The second largest. But why did I buy it? Because I stood behind the corporations. Why did I stand behind the corporations? Was because of the fact that everyone was demonizing, even Democrats. So we're not innocent here. And I am a Democrat, and I have been. Like even when I bought that stock, I was like, hey, this shows that everyone has everyone's ideas may be different, and just because that label Democrat does not necessarily say that that unified platform should not be, or should be a way to progress. So if everyone thought the same, we'd be doing the same darn thing. So no, and that exemplifies that. So I was a Democrat. I bought BP. I like corporations. So in a sense, but I like balance. So much. Why did I like it? It was because during the oil crisis, oil spill and stuff like that, there's scientists, which I am a scientist, and they were the only ones providing solutions BP corporations, stuff like that, to capping this thing. Other people were just like, oh, demonize Democrats. They was like, oh, stupid oil, stupid. It's like, okay, it's stupid. Then let the damn thing invent the whole damn thing then. And quit, complaining about, the scientists who are actually, doing something about the problem, okay? So don't shoot stuff down unless you have, solutions to them. And the solution was to cap it and stuff like that. So what else do scientists do? Scientists also invented cracking. So like, I don't know, I'm a scientist. I'm like, glomming on to all the great things that they do. It's also, there should be morals involved with the science as well. But yes, solutions to problems. That is progress. Okay, that's progress. That's what Democrats do. But the thing about it is, there's not too politicians and scientists, so I really can't exactly get on them for that. And I'm still a die-hard Democrat, and that's definitely what we need. But yeah, I'm getting distracted, and I want to talk about Ukraine. So, yes, lots of oil involved in this mess. So yes, BP. I found a little bit about BP. BP had some. It had to sell some of its holdings, its assets, and a lot of it was in Russia. And as a matter of fact, they sold it when around the BP crisis to sell off their to pay for a lot of the fines and stuff like that they accumulated. And yeah, I really didn't get into all the fines and stuff that they possibly didn't pay, or who knows. There's people do things to save money. And I'm not talking about that now. I'm talking about Ukraine, because I go off on a lot of tangents. Who knows what I'm talking about? Ukraine. So yes, BP, they sold assets in Russia and oil fields in Russia. Okay, so yeah, I was like, why did they sell it? It's because there was other Russian oil companies wanted it. But the cool thing about it was. That they found, it's like, BP couldn't do anything about it. They need to sell everything. They were like, sell. We need money. They hold on to our money. But they sold it. But Russia found, or I shouldn't say Russia. These are Russian businesses. Okay, this is not communist Russia, the East and the Iron Curtain. It's like, no. Okay, so Russian businesses found out that their oil fields were highly rich in natural gas. Okay, so they had it was mostly natural gas. So it's kind of interesting there. So Russia has a shit ton of natural gas. Funny. Okay, so that's what's involved in here. Natural gas and oil. The West has lots of oil. The European Union has lots of oil. And Russia has lots of natural gas. So, in lots of these, practically the majority of the natural gas pipelines from Russia to the European Union, they fork in. They fork and bottleneck in the Ukraine. And there's some that go through the high road into. From I guess Eastern Europe into Germany, but most go through the Ukraine. I don't know what was involved in developing of those pipelines, but they were smart in the sense that they there was two routes for them to double up on the the transport of resources. But yeah, so it's much So Russia gives Europe natural gas, and Europe gives Russia oil. Um, that stopped. That stopped when we started being greedy. Um, it stopped because when we started wanting more and more money. So much Europe. I mean, it formed the European Union, and what happened is Ukraine joined the European Union. So yeah, a good bartering tool. Let's wring more money out of the people. When I say people, I'm talking about the majority. The majority of people are there's more people impoverished on that side than there are in the European Union. So, I mean, that's why this is very important to me. So, this is not about, this is about the globe, okay? Give people who need it the most means. So oil's easy. Oil's easy. So much. I mean, it's easy to use in your gas tanks. So they do need oil. And who has it? Germany has it, and they wanted to use it as a bargaining tool. So right, and we're talking about how national well, and I should say national security. Or we're talking about how oil was involved in and national security, and it is. So if you don't give them oil, no tanks, no threat, and you get to control them in any way as you want. It's sad, but yes. So it's. I mean that's all that needs to happen. I mean, so much. There's this the Chancellor of Russia. Okay, I have no clue what was really how her advisors are kind of influencing her decision to do so, or to hold oil from Russia. But I mean, there's many this is sad thing about there's many options to this. Okay, so I mean, there's many things that you could do. It's just sad that people are just glomming onto oil and not wanting to change. And so what else can happen? Okay, so Ukraine can choose to join the Russian Union, which is just a way to have what we would deem as the the free trade agreement, which is what we have between Canada, and Mexico and a lot of the Asian Pacific nations. So yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's free trade. But there won't be free trade if Ukraine goes in the European. So now they already did. So and now the European also has oil. Okay. Which it doesn't want to give to Russia. So what else do you do? There's other options too. Okay, oil can. I mean, so oil. They're gonna get oil somehow. And what would they do? They just go to their neighbors. And who are they? They also need oil too. But the sad part about this is too. So as a scientist, there's other options. There's so many peaceful options, but people just want war, and that's sad. Okay, I don't know. That's why I'm keeping up bringing up the United Nations, because in all honesty, I think it should move. I think it should move. No different than the capital of our United States moved, as it was early. As our nation was born. The United Nations should move too. It should move around. There's many different capitals. As did if you look into your state's history, capitals move around too. Their capitals move around too. So it's because to pretty much to have others influence the balance of power and the balance of peace, things like that. Okay, that's why that's why the capitals move around. At least for what little bit I remember. There's your little history lesson on international trade from a guy who studied pretty much crammed for an exam and didn't pass the bar. So yeah, so it's what's happening, and yeah, so I'll talk a little bit about it some other time. Hopefully, never.